The volunteers you see here are building an alternative to a steep and eroding trail. This can be hard work, so this video focuses on safe and productive construction technique. We start with full bench construction to create a tread of the desired width and outslope, an appropriate backslope, and a clean downhill edge. Any unfamiliar terms will become clear during the process. These yellow whiskers mark one edge of a tread we are about to build. The pink whiskers mark the other edge. The result will be the desired 30-inch wide tread. The corridor in this area has been cleared of plants and surface rock moved from our construction area. Any larger rock that we don't need elsewhere on the project, we can simply move downhill off of the tread. I'm placing this rock so the attractive face, not the ugly face, will be visible to trail users. It's time to start excavating the soil and subsurface rock from this area so that we can work our way down to our tread level and also shape this uphill side back of the tread, which we call the backslope. To do this work, we need three tools: a pickmatic, a McLeod, and a shovel. Whenever you're using a heavy tool like a pickmatic, you want to make sure you have a nice wide stance, your knees are soft, got a firm grip at the end, using the other hand to guide and power the tool. I'm going to start loosening the soil. I'm not gathering, this isn't a gathering tool. I'm just breaking the soil loose and letting the heavy head of the matic do most of the work. Okay, with the McLeod, heavy tool, nice wide stance. We'll start gathering the material into piles. You notice that I've dislocated the pink whisker. And that's because I'm not only clearing tread area, but I'm starting to clear this back slope. Also, you can, in soft soils, you can sometimes dig as well as gather with the McLeod. Okay. Finally, with the shovel, we're going to pitch this loose material downhill. I'm pitching it low to keep the dust down, making sure that it scatters. If it were windy and this were really dry, everybody should be wearing face masks. If you need this soil for other places on your project, you can cache it in buckets for transport. Now, if I keep doing this with these three tools, I'm going to get exhausted. I'm already getting tired. So I'm going to call in my other crew, and they're going to work two people with the three tools to continue the build. One of our objectives when building new tread is to minimize damage to the surrounding landscape. Notice that the crew is largely staying within the tread area as they work. Also, they are working uphill, which is always easiest. Let's take a look at that three-tool sequence again. Material is loosened with the pickmatic. Then the McLeod is brought in and material is gathered from the outside edge toward the inside edge. Finally, the shovel is used to pitch it off downhill. Notice also that only small amounts of material are removed with each pass of the pickmatic, the McLeod, and the shovel. This makes it easier to keep the loosened rock and soil within the tread area as you work, and it also helps you prevent from digging too deep in building your bench. It's rather like peeling layers off of an onion until you get down to the desired level for the tread. We took a little break from the filming so Carla and Rick could work a little more on this tread we started earlier in the day. Inevitably, when you're doing this work, the downhill side off the tread gets a little damaged. So I'm going to take some of this plant debris and clean rock in this bucket and just sprinkle it over the side. Okay, let's review what we've accomplished here. We have a 30-inch tread as requested by the land manager. And when you're building tread like this, you need to check it every once in a while to make sure you're getting the full 30 inches. We have an outslope of about 5 to 8%, revealed by this little leveling gauge. This is to encourage water to move across the tread toward the outside edge. The outside edge is clean. There's no berm to prevent water from getting to the edge and over the edge. On the uphill side, we have a backslope. That means we've cut back at a slope of about 45 degrees. We deliberately left it rough so water and seed might get trapped in there and some vegetation might start again on this barren dirt. This manner of building is called full bench construction. This means that the entire tread is on undisturbed native soil. If you were to dig too deep and try to fill in with new soil, it would all wash away. That doesn't work in dry lands. That's why we talked about taking it slow, small amounts, like peeling the layers off of an onion until you get down to the right depth. What should you do when your trail needs to pass through a very low sloping landscape such as this? Certainly no heavy excavation needed here. If you tried to build a regular bench, you could well establish a water trapping trench. In addition, this trail turns here, and we got to make sure people make it around that turn because there's a real nasty drop off behind me. Here's how we do this. By hand or with the aid of a tool, loosen and remove plants and tripper rocks.
Okay, lift.
Place some guide stones to help people stay on the tread. Through the magic of digital photography, this work can be completed in no time. However, we advise against working at such speeds on your projects. Remember, pace yourself and enjoy the work. Okay, we have completed this task. We have a nice little piece of trail here. I'll pull out some of these whiskers now because it's defined, cleaned out, 3 little guide stones placed here. Additional trail users will wear this tread in, and people will hopefully make it safely around the corner.